This is Troy Colbert, Brubaker Infinity, and he is going to tell us all about the beautiful Infiniti G37 sedan. Troy?
This is the 2011 G37 sedan. It's #1 car in its class by Consumer Reports 4 years in a row. This is actually rated 96 out of 100 by Consumer Reports. The G37 is built on a 112.2-inch wheelbase. As I'm sure you know, the length of the wheelbase determines the smoothness of the ride. The longer the wheelbase, the smoother the ride. The shorter the wheelbase, the tighter the handling. I'm sure safety is something that's important to you. The G37 is designed with side impact beams in all 4 doors to protect you and your passengers in the event of a side collision. It's also got a double bonded, triple bonded, double bonded steel safety roll roof cage that, if in the event of a rollover, the roof won't collapse in on you and your passengers and do you any harm. Not that I would recommend you roll the car over. You also have a triple laminated windshield. It's a layer of glass, a layer of acrylic plastic, and another layer of glass, so if you're following a tractor trailer and it kicks up a rock and slams into the windshield, it won't shatter into a million pieces and come in and harm you or your passengers. You also have all-season radial tires. That'll give you the ultimate in fuel economy and performance, and you won't have to change into snow tires if you go and do any traveling in areas where you've got snow or ice. Please follow me. It's a great looking vehicle. Notice how it slopes down. That's the aerodynamics of the vehicle. It's designed to cut through the wind like an airplane, giving you the maximum performance and fuel economy. You've got high intensity xenon headlights that are even brighter than halogen headlights. The idea being the more you see, the less likely you are to run into anything. You also have 5-mile-an-hour bumpers. It's a collision up to 5 miles an hour that can cost you up to $500, $600, $700, $800, and this is going to minimize the damage that you would incur from that type of collision. Wait right here for me. Notice how nice and smooth that hood goes up. There's no springs to give out anymore. We've got the gas struts. Again, for safety, you've got crinkle points in the hood. That's if you're in a serious front-end collision. This hood is designed to accordion up in the middle and won't come back through the windshield, harming you or your passengers. The engine's also tethered on breakaway motor mounts, so again, in that serious front-end collision, the engine will tuck up under the firewall and won't come back into the cabin, harming you. This is a 3.7 liter dual overhead cam V6 engine. It's going to give you an amazing 328 horsepower at 7,000 RPMs and 269 foot-pounds of torque at 5,200 RPMs. This engine is the latest in the line of VQ engines that Ward's Auto World magazine has put in their top 10 for over a decade. It's got an onboard monitoring computer. It monitors everything about 82 times a second, so whether you're going uphill, downhill, or driving on level pavement, your G37 is always going to give you the ultimate performance and ultimate fuel economy. It also has a mass airflow sensor that measures temperature, barometric pressure, even humidity. So whether it's 10 degrees or 110 degrees outside, your G37 is always going to start up and operate at its maximum efficiency. If you notice, the radiator, the coils in the radiator go side to side and not up and down. This allows gravity to help pull the coolant down through the radiator, and it keeps it about 18% cooler than a traditional radiator. And down here, your air conditioning compressor is very, very small and designed to use very little horsepower. And in optimum conditions, you're better off with because of the aerodynamics of the vehicle, with your windows rolled up and the air on than with your windows rolled down and the air off. The last thing is, if you notice, all of your filler points are easy to find. Your batteries here, your brake fluid, your dipstick is easy to find. It's just a way for you to get to things that you need to see on a regular basis. Don't be afraid to slam the hood. It is an Infiniti. Like I said, this is a great looking vehicle. Can't you see yourself driving this for the next few years? In the rear, you've got wraparound taillights with LED bulbs. The LED bulbs are brighter than traditional bulbs. The idea being in a gloomy condition, the more likely people are to see you and the less likely they are to run into you. Again, you've got 5-mile-an-hour bumpers in the rear with rear sonar and a rear camera. Again, for safety and comfort and convenience. Inside the trunk of your Infiniti G37, you've got 13.5 cubic feet of storage, which is enough for several big bags of groceries, several pieces of luggage. And now, is that going to be enough to allow you to handle your first big trip in your new G37 or on your average daily trip to the store? Bet so. Under here, you've got a full-size spare tire and a pass-through to the rear seat. Have a seat. In the Infiniti, we have all foam padded seats. There's no springs to give out, so whether you have 10 miles or 110,000 miles, you're always going to have the ultimate in comfort in your G37. You also have built-in lumbar support, which will aid in the flow of blood from your back to your legs, so on long trips you're not going to feel as fatigued when you get to where you're going. Something you're really going to like is a 3-point safety harness. That's going to be the top of the line in safety for you. And the carpet in the G37 is cut pile carpet, which is not unlike the carpet in your home where it's woven tighter at the bottom than at the top. And that prevents little rocks and dirt from settling in the bottom, wearing out your carpet. It's also easier to keep clean. Hold on for me just one second. Notice the ergonomic design of the G37. Everything is very easy to reach because, as you know, ergonomics is the study of man and machine. So everything's easy to reach. Your audio controls, your cruise control, your voice recognition. The Infiniti G37 this one comes equipped with our Infiniti navigation system, dual climate control, an Infiniti music box. It's a 9.3 gigabyte hard drive that allows you to take your CDs and burn them onto the hard drive and store them there, and heated seats. And having said all that, let's go for a ride.